Alright guys, hello. We are the cast of Power Rangers, Samurai, and Super Samurai. I am Steven Skyler. I play the Gold Ranger.
Alex Heartman, I play the Red Ranger.
Najia, De-Tiege, and I play the Blue Ranger.
Yeah!
Did you guys, the filming is over, or are you still shooting?
No, filming's over.
Yeah.
Were you guys allowed to keep anything from the set, like the costumes or props, anything like that?
Couple.
Allowed to or did? There's two
On the down low, right?
Yeah, no, they didn't really give us too much in terms of like spandex or anything like that. We did manage to get our hands on a few little small pieces, little trinkets. Like I got one of the gap sensors and a piece of the spandex, and just small things. A few of the training. But it's just like the chest piece kind of,
okay.
so it's not really like the full thing.
You love that?
Yeah.
Gosh, I didn't get that. Yeah, the producers, send over some gifts at the end of the shoot and stuff like that. Just things.
I got a samuraizer. It's not on me right now.
So does any child that goes to Toys R Us. Aww. Come on.
Yeah, so we actually finished shooting last year. Was it last year?
It was last year.
Last year, yeah. But we had like ADR for the video games, ADR for some of the episodes.
A couple appearances.
And yeah, appearances here and there. But overall, we're done. But maybe next year.
Yeah.
Not sure.
There's talk of going
Not sure.
back.
Yeah. New Zealand was phenomenal. And it was really cool because the crew that we worked with out there, they're used to work on all of like Peter Jackson's stuff. So a lot of them had come off of Lord of the Rings and were going to film The Hobbit right after they were done with Power Rangers.
Some of them left actually during the shoot.
Yeah, there was to be stuntmen and whatever.
Tried to leave during
Drop
the
the
shoot
mic.
to film.
Half the crew left.
Yeah. I mean, who could leave the Power Rangers? The Hobbit, meh. Highest grossing film ever, meh.
Yeah.
Well, we were coming to a close, and then The Hobbit was starting up, and it was like a 2-year, 3-year production. So a lot of the crew bounced, and then we had to find replacements and stuff like that. So
Yeah, overall the filming experience was phenomenal.
Yeah.
it really was a lot of hard work, long hours, 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. call time in the morning.
Yeah.
Sometimes get home at like 9 or 10 at night. Six days a week.
Jeez.
Like 8 months.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if they had you on speed dial for any potential crossover things that they'll have later. Like, did they let you know that there might be something ahead of time, and you kind of answered that?
They've kind of hinted at it. I think we'll probably be coming back for a couple of guest episodes within Megaforce.
Saban Brands is very good at not letting you know ahead of time.
Yeah.
And they would actually do like a crossover event together with all 10 Rangers from both shows.
Yeah, we did something similar with Clash of the Red Rangers, but we didn't get the full RPM cast, unfortunately. But similar, yeah. Ricardo Medina was a lot of fun to work with, actually. We had a lot of really, really good scenes together. There's one in particular where I'm poisoned and takes me into the cave. That scene was a lot of fun to shoot because we were in a real cave, and there's the ocean was like right on the other side of this cave. And so we had to finish this scene before a certain time because the tide was going to come up, and then we'd get stuck in this cave. So we were rushing to get done, and it got a little difficult because Ricardo couldn't remember some of his lines, and so we were just kind of sitting there while he was trying to remember them. But no, he was a great actor, and it was a lot of fun talking to him and getting the experience of what he felt through his Ranger series, because it was totally different from the experience that we had with our series coming back home and seeing the fan base, So it was a lot of fun working with him.
Aside from Felix Ryan and Pauly Schreier, I think Ricardo Medina was probably one of the funniest people on set. He made us all laugh, just boatloads. He has stories for days.
Oh yeah.
Kind of just got to talk to him. He'll tell you a story anytime.
He was a very good villain, yeah. He's very good at the stoic anger thing.
Yeah.
He's got that down.
He's a good actor, I like him.
Do you have any other jobs?
Besides being a Power
Saving the
Ranger.
world isn't enough? Do you mean like acting jobs? Do we have any other projects coming out? Is that the question?
Or regular jobs.
Like other jobs, like working and stuff?
This is very hard work, my friend. It's yeah, acting is actually, it's a lot of work, believe it or not. It's a lot of work. It seems easy, but it's not.
Inside and out of the gig that we're doing, like we gotta study lines all the time, and we're constantly doing stuff for other gigs. So, you know.
But to answer your question, we have other projects that we're working on. I'm in a band called Secret Sky. We just released our first single. A couple other projects, writing, producing, and stuff. So you kind of, in this industry, you kind of gotta stay proactive 24/7.
So technically, yes, we do have other jobs.
Other jobs.
But we're doing the same thing as we do in Power Rangers. So it's kind of the same job, but it's kind of a different job. If that makes sense.
But we worked lots of other jobs to get where we are. If that makes sense.
That also makes sense.
Yeah.
There were a few, mainly between Hector and Najee. They lived together while we were filming, so of course it happened. One story we always like to tell is it was Najee's, was it your 21st, 22nd birthday while we were filming?
Yeah.
And he was working all day, and Hector and I had the day off, so we decided to turn his apartment into an obstacle course. And so we set up a ball bin on top of him, so right when we opened the door, it was like he just got plastic balls on his head, and like we put a little transformer toy and like placed them all over the apartment and made him climb through, and we filmed it and jumped out at him at certain times, and
There's webs everywhere, so you
yeah,
can
he was
see
scared.
sheets.
He was being a little bit of a little girl, but
Oh, right, right.
not very ranger-esque there, Najee. No, it was a lot of fun though.
Bathroom and potty porter pranks were very common. Because we were shooting on location a lot, so you know, people jumping on top of them while you're inside, which wasn't very polite, but it happens quite often.
You can tell we're a mature bunch.
Yes.
Yeah. I think there was one more time when we were doing an event. One story was Hector was using the bathroom. Me and Alex and him were in the hotel, and we filled up this bucket of ice water, and we just opened the door and just threw it on him as he was using the bathroom. But that's about it. I think, you know, that was pretty fun.
Then we did the same thing to Najee too,
Yeah.
while he was showering. Huh?
You guys are terrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only to each other. That's just because we spend too much time with each other.
Yeah. They had a production prank where you guys disappeared on the roller coaster during shooting, right?
Oh, that wasn't me. That was everyone else. But
Oh yeah, the good guy.
oh, no, I wasn't there that day. I would have been you guys.
Oh, the prank he's actually talking about was we were filming the episode with, what was that episode where we had the roller coasters?
I don't know. We were in a theme park.
Okay, we were in a theme park, and we pretty much at lunchtime we disappeared from our trailers at lunchtime, and we just went on some rides because we're at a theme park, and yeah, we weren't supposed to do that, and everybody was just radioing, "Have you seen the cast? Have you seen the cast?" And we were on a roller coaster, and when they found us, we were on the roller coaster, and we looked down. They're like, Najee. We looked down, and the guy was like, and we're like, yeah. And yeah, they were pretty angry.
And they got in big trouble.
Yeah.
It's a project I've been working on for about 3 years. I write all my songs acoustically. I bring them into a producer friend of mine and an engineer, and we lay down track by track. And it's a full band sound. It's a combination. We get a lot of our influences from The Killers, 30 Seconds to Mars, Muse, Metallica. Yeah, it's a project, yeah, some of the classics, heavyweights. It's a project that's been very dear to me for a long time. The lyrics and the meaning behind it go very deep, very personal. It's not just like, hey, I love you, you love me, let's get down and party. Like, none of that. I've been through that stage of my life and I kind of moved on. So there's just a deep message behind each song.
And if you listen to it closely, you can see him telling, you know, some of the songs about the Power Rangers. And, you know, we appreciate that.
And actually, the music video that I just shot, I directed and produced it. It was with some friends. It has Kimberly Crosman in it. She's the female Red Ranger.
For anyone that saw the episode yesterday.
Yes. Wait, is it revealed?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's his sister. So I
Yeah.
pulled her in it, and she's awesome. She's a New Zealand actress. But yeah, it's really cool. You can check it out at stevenskyler.com. Click on it. The preview of the video is out there. The full video release is on November 17th. And you can download the song on iTunes. Please do. It's cool. Thank you.
That one episode where you were singing in a band with Mia, was that actually you singing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I actually tried, well, this is how it went down. I went to the producers and I was like, hey, what do you think about the Gold Ranger being a musical? Because I was on the show Glee right before I went to New Zealand. I did Teenage Dream, Katy Perry, part of the Warblers, and they asked me to come back actually, and I had to go because I signed a contract with Rangers. I didn't know they wanted me back. So I went over to the producers in New Zealand. I was like, hey, what do you think about making the Gold Ranger musical? And he said, let me check with the office in LA. So he loved it. The band was like, let's go for it. So we actually shot episode 7 way after. It was like toward the end. So they postponed episode 7 so they can write the song. I asked if I can have one of my songs on there, and it was just a lot of paperwork.
So that was actually your song?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
I asked, I was like, hey, can I get my song on one of my songs? And they're like, my team was over in LA and I'm over there by myself, like management and paperwork and everything. So they're like, we have a song for you. So it took about 3 months for them to finally finalize the song, back and forth rewrites. So we shot actually episode, was it 7 or 8? One of those toward the end. And yeah, so that's how that went down. My band is here in LA. But I'm talking about like, management and agencies and lawyers and, there's a lot of paperwork that goes involved trying to get a song on TV. So there's like, it's too much, we'll write a song for you. I was like, okay.
And yes, he can sing for you right now. If you
I need my guitar. Dang it, I should have brought it.
You guys have merch and toys and stuff?
Yes.
You guys ever play with each other?
Is that?
Oh, yeah, we actually do fight sometimes.
That is funny. I put Hector and Alex holding hands as toys. Didn't put it on the internet, but that's what it is.
Thanks, Naj. Appreciate that.
It's kind of strange seeing.
Tagged them.
It's kind of strange seeing yourself as a toy, or you're like your little niece, cousin coming up. You're like, I have you, and you're like, oh gosh, it's weird. Maybe we do like strange things with it, but it's cool.
I'm very excited about
Me
Megaforce.
too.
I actually have a couple of really good friends on the cast. Actually, the new Black Ranger, his name's Azim Riz. I lived with him before I got Rangers, so he's a dear friend of mine. So I'm wishing all the best for them. Yeah.
We were actually in the audition room when they came in, and we helped, give our input and stuff. And
Yeah.
Sierra is one of my favorites. She's a great actress. I was watching her. I was like, wow, yeah, she's good.
Oh yeah, she's gonna do phenomenal.
She's good.
I do have pets. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats, and they're crazy, all of them. No, they're pretty well behaved. They're just loud. How many pets do you have, Najee?
Oh, great. I was trying to avoid this question. I have 3 cats. I'm a cat man.
You have more than 3.
No, I have 3.
Oh really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have 3.
I thought you had 5. It always seems like 5 when I go to that place.
Just sitting in my little chair with all of them around me. Looking at TV. Yeah, no, I have 3 cats, and they're actually very great animals. Love them.
We shot all of it around Auckland, New Zealand. Yeah, so I don't know if any of you are familiar with Auckland, but a little bit. We shot a lot in like the viaduct. We shot a lot outside of the city and like some of the surrounding parks and stuff. There was a college, Auckland University. We shot on campus there a lot, quite a lot actually.
Yeah. Out in the forest.
Yeah, out in the forest, random forests. I
'Cause-
forget the names of
Because a
those.
lot of the shots you had to match with the Japanese versions. So the locations, they're very similar. So they found out there. And also it's cheaper out there as well, permits and stuff like that. But yeah, they looked at the Japanese versions and tried to match the shots behind.
We were there for 9.5 months total for filming. And we did. We were able to get out quite a lot.
Yeah.
I bought a car while I was there. It was just like a cheap car to go around in. So every weekend I tried to get out and find a new hiking trail or, just get outside the city, kind of see something new. We were able to get to Queenstown, which is, so that's on the South Island. So we actually were able to travel around quite a bit.
The scripts ran late a lot of times. They're waiting for the writers in LA. So sometimes it'd be like, all right, you guys have a week off. We're waiting for the scripts, and so yeah, we were like hoping for those weeks quite often. We could get called into production meetings when like the scripts are late, right? So yeah, we did on occasion have like a week off here and there.
And we would go, a lot of the times together and take pictures. And it was pretty funny because everybody thought we would hang out all the time with each other everywhere we went. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the scenery was awesome. Waterfalls, the parks were phenomenal. We went up to Queenstown to go snowboarding. We bought our snowboards, but there was no snow.
That was a bad idea. That was a bad idea.
Everyone said it's gonna be snowing, and we all brought our snowboards and nothing. But they were pretty strict with what we did because of contracts.
Yeah.
There were any accidents. I think it was, yes, even in the contract, we're not even supposed to be flying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We weren't supposed to leave.
We were supposed to leave off, like, yeah. We're not supposed to do anything dangerous or anything, just in case we get any accidents.
Yep, we were not supposed to go bungee jumping,
But we did.
What was it like to be Power Rangers?
It's awesome! To answer in the same volume.
It's amazing.
No, it's a childhood dream. I mean, we grew up with Power Rangers just like everyone in this room, so to actually be a part of the franchise that helped, shape my childhood is it's a pretty touching thing, a lot
They
of
got
fun.
me into martial arts.
Cool.
I'm a green belt in Taekwondo.
Oh, right on. That's the same
Nice.
thing with me. I started karate for the same reason as a kid, so yeah,
Yep.
on the same page.
I love it because I love kids, and it's cool to see little kids come up to you and you're able to, speak into their life and put a smile on their face. So that's cool. That's why I like it.
Yeah, definitely. We Power Rangers has, like Alex Heartman said, we grew up on it, and it's definitely a blessing to be able to show Power Rangers in our way through our eyes. So it's amazing. It's amazing. All the benefits from it and everything that we can do.
Actually, it's a funny story. During the audition process, I was driving, my car that I was driving to the audition was a red Ford Ranger truck. And I didn't even realize that I was in a Red Ranger throughout the entire audition process. Until I got the job and my mom called me and she said, "Do you realize you've been a Red Ranger for 2 years now driving that car? You've been in the Red Ranger?" So it was meant to be. But yeah, it's a blessing for sure, for all of us.
Walter Jones, which was the original Black Ranger, he's one of my good friends, and I definitely remember looking up to him when I was a kid. So it's pretty cool to just have the perks of being a ranger, because you can meet past rangers that you watched before and be like, hey, I'm a Ranger too.
Let's hang out. Save the world together. Yeah.
I have a little bit of a different story. I didn't grow up watching Power Rangers. Sorry to disappoint all the hardcore fans.
You're forgiven.
Thank you. Please forgive me. But I do enjoy it now. I just didn't have a chance. My parents traveled a lot, so I didn't really have a lot of time to watch TV or get into any shows. I've definitely seen it in passing. So, but I've definitely learned to own it too.
With shooting for so long, I would assume you guys became good friends. Now that the series is over, do you find yourself kind of getting together outside of that? Maybe not just with the Samurai cast, but like you were saying, with other Navy Rangers or people associated with the series?
I hate these people. No.
He called me yesterday.
No, we hang out a lot outside of Setis, and being back in LA, because while we were in New Zealand, we didn't really meet each other until we were on the plane, and then we had to go to another country all the way around on the other side of the world, and we didn't have any of our family there, we didn't have any of our friends, so we kind of had to become a family just with us. So now being back in LA, you can't really escape that, like these guys will always be my brothers.
Yeah.
That's just how it's gonna be forever.
Yeah, we are definitely very close. Initially, it was hard because we had to learn to love each other and like each other.
Yep.
So we had to work our way through a lot of difficulties, for sure. But once we did, it was awesome. But after we got finished filming, we got to LA, we stayed away for a couple months to kind of get a breather, and then we're like, yeah, I miss you guys, let's hang out again. So yeah, no, actually we're really, really close. They come over to my place all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very similar story to the cast of The Lord of the Rings, that on set, because of spending so long in New Zealand, they became very close friends. Did you guys also get matching tattoos like the cast?
No, I think I'm the only cast member with tattoos, aren't I? Oh
Also,
no, Brittany
again-
has tattoos.
Also, again, breach of contract. Breach of contract. He walked in. The other day, it was all the producer, and the producer was looking at his arm, and I'm like distracting him. Hey, Jonathan. But yeah.
Wait, did Jonathan see my tattoo?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did he didn't care?
I'll start.
Did he, oh.
He didn't care.
Okay. No, we did not get matching tattoos to answer your question.
Thought about it though.
Yeah, that's what we get. I'm just gonna get all 6 of us in spandex on my back.
Yeah. Great. Can I be in the middle?
With an explosion.
Exactly. Oh, gotta have an explosion. What's Power Rangers without explosions? Nothing.
In real life, when you go out, do you ever find yourself wearing, you're wearing red, you're wearing blue, but you're not wearing gold?
Well, actually, I had a pair of gold shoes that I have sneakers, but I didn't put them on today. I
I
don't
think
know
you got a
why.
little bit of gold in your hat.
I do have gold in my hat. Gold's very expensive, so I do have actually a lot of gold. I have like T-shirts with gold on it and stuff. I just, for some reason today, I wasn't thinking straight.
You're not feeling golden?
I wear a lot of blue when I go out, especially when we come to events like this. But I like wearing. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like wearing red too. Red is the second.
That's right.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with you.
Like, ouch. Stabbing heart.
People are really protective over their colors.
Yeah,
a couple times I wore a couple things that looked a little yellowish, and Brittany, who plays the Yellow Ranger, she looks like, it's no joke, she'll look at me, she's like, that's my color. You better take that off.
Yeah.
It looks yellow. I was like, oh, okay.
I did the same thing when Brittany came to Kids' Choice Awards, I think 2011.
Yeah,
She wore a
dress.
blue dress, and I had, like, we're like matching, and I'm like, and she had a yellow purse, but
And yellow shoes, I think, but that was it.
I don't matter.
The one
80%.
downside to Power Rangers is that
Yeah.
it has ruined primary colors for us.
You're gonna confuse people. What do you think, Blue Ranger? Oh no, that's him. Oh,
Sorry, hand up in the back. We tried to do as many stunts as possible for scheduling reasons and insurance reasons. You know, we couldn't do them all, obviously. Some of them were just too dangerous. But all of us have some form of background in martial arts. I started in karate when I was a kid and kind of grew up doing various different forms, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, Judo, a couple others. But pretty much all of us had some form of background.
I did Muay Thai, Taekwondo, mixture of everything, which played great into my character because I kind of made up my own style of everything. But yeah, combination, mix between stunties and us because of scheduling.
yeah. I didn't have any martial arts background per se. I played a lot of sports and watched a lot of Mortal Kombat. No joke, it was funny. I was actually, when they were asking us to do a little bit of martial arts in the audition, and I was like, I'm pretty good with Scorpion, and I literally just put some moves together that I seen him do, and they were like, whoa. We'll be calling you.
I will say one of the coolest stunts that I was able to do was they actually had me running through explosions. So we had they had these little buckets of gasoline, and then they dropped these little incendiary bombs in there that looked just like duct tape balls, so it didn't seem that safe. But I was standing in a circle of there's 4 behind me, and then a row of 6 in front of me, and I just had to start running through them, and then they blew them up right behind me, and it was scary actually. The first take, the director came up to me after the shot, and he was like, "Well, we're gonna do it again." Because there was a split second when you turned from Jaden back into Alex Heartman and you were scared. And then you got back into character and got serious again. So we're gonna do it again. But it was a lot of fun though.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely put our skills to the test. I arrived in New Zealand a couple of weeks or months after these guys because I came in on 13th episode and I had 2 days to recover from jet lag. And I got myself on a beach, they were on the beach, and we started shooting right away. And they're like, this is what you gotta do, take the stick, you gotta hit those objects up there and spin around and do this. And I was like, okay. And that stretched me, because you just have to perform on the spot, showing you how to morph on the day. Hey, this is what you got to do. And I was like,
There's a lot of that.
So you definitely have to be very coordinated and pick up things very quick. Najia is quite phenomenal right now.
And and we also went through a Power Ranger stunt training for
They did.
2 months.
That was about a month and a half.
About a month and a half. Okay. And I think that was pretty hectic because we would wake up early in the morning, like 6, to be there at like 7, and then they would have us go through a bunch of stunts and flips and choreographed kendo sword fights. And our stunt team, Alpha Stunts, they're the ones who were putting us through this training, and it was pretty rigorous. We were there for like 5 hours, 4 hours, which was kind of fun. I'd love to take the training again and show them what we got now. So, yeah. I'm gonna tell you 100%. I'm not a professional swimmer and do not need to be in the Olympics, but.
If he's drowning, he can swim.
Yeah. There was actually a former, if I'm not mistaken, a former Olympian swimmer coach that coached me before I filmed Power Rangers when I had my swimming scene for like about a week or like a half a week, I can't remember. But he was pretty good, and swimmers, I don't know if you've seen them, but they're so elegant, and I can swim, but I'm not as elegant as that. They're like a dolphin kind of, and I learned some great moves. And the funny thing is I've been going. I think I went for like 3 roles throughout this year for a swimmer part, and I can honestly say that I know what I'm doing. I just need to hone it. That's all. But it's a work in progress.
Not just more of the look stylish around the pool kind of guy.
Yeah, I have those.
He's the model.
I have those little blow up things around my arms. A lifeguard.
Floaties?
Yeah, those floaties.
Yeah. Hawaii.
I've been a lot of places in the world. I've been to Europe, a lot of places in Europe. Europe's cool. Mexico's fun.
Thailand, Southeast Asia. Been to Europe, same thing. I spent a lot of time in Southeast Asia actually before I landed myself in LA.
I haven't gone a lot of places. I went to Hawaii. My family owns a Hawaiian coffee company out there, and visited out there for like about half a year. And
He's been to Venice Beach.
yeah.
Oh, so exotic.
I don't really travel that much. I love LA, Hollywood.
I actually haven't been internationally for Power Rangers. I know that we're in over 100 countries and like 40 different languages. So we could go do appearances internationally. We should do that.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I know the Spandex Ranger. They make appearances sometimes.
Now that you guys are off the show and you're doing the convention circuit, how much fun are you having doing that?
The convention circuit is awesome. I did not realize how much fun it would be when we first came back to America. I've always kind of been a science fiction nerd myself, so for me, of course, like Comic-Con and conventions like this are so much fun because I see things that I've always grown up with and loved. And the fans are really awesome. You guys are really, really cool. Like, I did not realize how much fun it would be getting to know all the fans and hearing their stories about how they grew up with Power Rangers and the new young fans that are just starting out watching Power Rangers, and how much it's shaping their lives. It's a really powerful thing that I didn't really expect when we first started this whole thing. But I'm very glad that I'm learning that.
Yeah, the fans and the organizers have been very, very, very supportive. And it's cool to talk about our experiences too, because we don't really have a lot of time and places to share, the experiences we have on set and how we feel. So it's really cool to be able to kind of release it and let it go and, talk about it. It's really cool.
I love, just like Alex Heartman says, I love Marvel superheroes. I'm still kind of big on that. So coming to these conventions and because I would come to these to attend, but we're working here, so we can just come and work and then, go check out some stuff after. But yeah, I love coming here. I'll probably still keep coming here later on in life too. I love Batman and all.
I can't wait for Power Morphin Con for next year. Or is it 13, right? 2013? 14. That's a long time.
Long time away. You guys you'll forget about us. We made it for us all over the place.
We'll be talking about your crossover stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is it that your Zord is called the Octozord when it's a squid? Shouldn't it be called a squid Zord?
Well, you see, in Power Ranger world, the things are a little bit different.
I thought the same thing though when I saw that.
He actually calls his weapon a shield and a barracuda blade.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
It's a holster.
Yeah. San Diego Comic-Con was really fun this year. It was a huge crowd. And I was very fortunate. I actually got there a couple of days before the rest of the cast. And I was able to join on a big panel, which was Power Rangers 20 years old and new. So it was me, and it was Walter Jones, and Pauly Schreier, and Jason Nardi, and a couple of the executive producers. Tony Oliver was there, and a couple of the producers, and that was really, really fun, because that was everyone that was ever a Power Rangers fan was at this panel. And there's probably over like 1,000 people in this room, and it was really cool to see like the progression of old fans and new fans, and there's everyone there. Most people were wearing Mighty Morphin gear, of course. There was a few Samurai fans in the crowd, so it was just really cool seeing kind of the old and the new, really.
I just had a great time at Comic-Con, to be honest, and I bought a couple things there. Like I said, I'm a big fan of superheroes, so I just bought some figurines, and people were recognizing me in the crowd. I was like, yeah, that's me.
Is anyone here a fan of Breaking Bad? The show, TV show?
Yes.
Got one fan. One cool thing, I was able to go to the season 5 premiere party of Breaking Bad. So I got to watch the first episode of season 5 with Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul and Vince Gilligan, the creator. And that was really cool. Vince Gilligan. But yeah, that was a really fun thing for Comic-Con.
I was working in the studio and they called me like every 10 minutes, like, you don't know what you're missing. Turn my phone off.
We were coming out of the hotel, we were just gonna drive there, but then we saw one of the pedicabs come by, and we're like, oh yeah, let's hop on one of those. That'd be a way better entrance. Yeah, it was
I
fun.
recorded that whole thing too.
How do you guys feel about being the series that was kind of like the rebirth of Power Rangers?
An honor.
Yeah, very honored.
Definitely honored.
It was a big weight on my shoulders, well, not the whole cast, in particular, but for me, just individually, I realized that, I don't know, it hits you. It didn't hit me until we were actually in New Zealand that, there's a lot of people that are looking forward to this.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are kind of looking at this as the rebirth of Power Rangers, and it was kind of nerve-wracking. But then as soon as we got the spandex on and we stood in formation for the first time, it was like, all right, we're doing this. It is all or nothing kind of thing. So it was, Najia put it exactly right. It was an honor. Really.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a baby. We really treated it and gave it everything that we could. So, because it could have went, south, and then we wouldn't be here, and then the show would have got canceled. But we were really, we treated it like, all or nothing, like we were, the Mighty Morphin series, just gave it all, and we hit home. I think we did a great job, and our chemistry was, just on point. We were actually our characters on and off set, and so funny. I actually called them by their. I still call him Antonio. I swear to God, I still.
Shame.
He hates it. Shame. Doesn't he look like an Antonio? I swear to God, Steven, he looks like Steven, but he looks exactly like Antonio.
That's funny.
So
I think he even has me on his phone as
Antonio. Call me right now.
No.
Call me right now. I swear to God, his
Not
name
funny.
is Antonio.
I will say, I don't think Power Rangers is ever going to get canceled.
Yeah,
Power
they
Rangers
have
will
really
always
good-
exist.
Yeah, they have a.
Till the end of time.
Saban Brands is a very big building, and they have a bunch of. It's a very big building in Beverly Hills, and there's a bunch of people in there that are just that know exactly how to market this type of show and make it just amazing, and we're lucky to have them at our side. So, yeah, and it's on Nickelodeon, so.
She is. She is. I know. It's very hard to believe.
She is. I couldn't believe it.
I didn't
met
believe
her
her.
mom.
Yeah.
I was like,
you don't believe it until you meet her mother. Her mother looks very Filipino, and her whole mom's side of her family. But yeah, she is part Filipino.
As the resurgence of Power Ranger Samurai, as the new popular Power Ranger series, how did you feel about the crowd for you at Power Morphicon this year?
I felt appreciated.
Yeah, Morphicon was amazing this year. That was my first time even going. I didn't even hear about Power Morphicon until we got Power Rangers, I think. And it was really, really amazing to see the kind of feedback and to hear people say how much they appreciate us in the series that we're putting out. You know, it's a good validation, you know, because we always think that we're doing a great job, but to hear it from the fans directly that they love our show so much, you know, it's a great feeling. So the crowd was phenomenal. Yeah, at Power Morphicon.
I heard lots of good stories. I'm telling you, these guys made me feel really bad. They're like,
You
dude,
weren't there.
I wasn't there. I was again working, and I got a phone call like, you have no idea. You gotta get yourself here. They were supposed to be there for one day, I believe, and then they were like, we're going back the second day, and you better come. And I just couldn't. But hey, look, I got like a coin.
I got like a coin.
I got a coin.
Yeah.
Just a follow-up on that. I mean, at Power Morphicon and at these other conventions, you see how the children, which is the next audience of fans, you're their Power Rangers.
Oh yeah.
Or at Comic-Con, you see the Mighty Morphin gear, and these kids, you're their Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You are the Power Rangers for them for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, you can definitely see it on their faces when they actually see you, you know. And at Power Morphicon, there was a few breakdowns, you know. They saw us and they're like, oh my God, Mommy. And they hide and then they peek. And they peek, you know, and then, you know, it's pretty cool. And then the older fans, they have a very big opinion and they love to just tell you everything that they feel about the show. And 9 times out of 10, it's good news and it's great news. And you can tell that they really mean it and they're avid, you know, watchers of the show, which is good. You know, so you have some.
I think in a couple years it's really gonna sink in when you see the fans kind of get a little older and they stick by you, you know, and they'll come and they're like 13, 14, they're like, oh my gosh, I used to love you. They're like that. I think it's gonna start sinking in a little bit more, like, wow, you know, we actually shaped and had a part of their childhood.
I'm just waiting for the day that Hot Topic sells samurai sweatshirts instead of Mighty Morphin sweatshirts.
That will happen.
It will happen eventually, I'm sure, if Hot Topic is still around.
In our everyday?
Yeah.
No.
Now, you don't carry your samurais around every day?
He does. I'm telling you.
Pretty sure it's on your keys.
You said that full outfit. The Mega Mode outfit.
It's very hot.
Yeah, I normally have that samurais on my hip, but I don't know where I put it from the last time.
The one thing I carry around with me always is I have on my keys. I have a little figurine of me that we got from one of the stuntmen. So I've got me on my keys at all times. That's just to prove to the non-believers that I am who I am.
Yeah.
That doesn't prove anything.
It'll prove something.
I've met people, you know, at parties and stuff, and they're like, no, you're the Blue Ranger, I don't believe you. And then I just do the same thing what he just did. They're like, oh my God, I believe you.
Yeah, see?
Oh my God, I believe you. Oh, that's funny. They don't use that line on the ladies, man. If they do, they're walking away while they do it. So,
Yeah, I don't think I've heard anything
me
negative.
neither. If they did, it's kind of like under the breath, like, man, get simple.
I've had some negative comments of like, that guy needs a dialect coach. I don't speak a word of Spanish.
Spanish. He's supposed to be Spanish. Say fantastic.
Fantastico.
Fantastic.
Hey, I'll tell you what, like the producers, I swear,
Fantastico.
I told them, I was like, listen, I don't speak Spanish, and they're like, we want it Americanized, it's funny, so just play with it and have fun with it. So I was like, yeah, let's go, Fantastico. the YouTube comments, this guy needs a dialect coach. I'm like, I know. I tried, but they said no.
I think there's always haters out there. There will forever, always, and will be. But I don't think that they really come out and say it to us. It's usually they save it for the internet,
Yeah.
They save that stuff on the internet?
Believe it or not, people actually write bad things on the internet sometimes.
Message boards, Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, well, not really on, well, never on
knows.
Twitter to me at least, but yeah, at least my sister, my family has read some negative comments on more rangercrew.com and a couple of the other forum sites, but I choose not to listen or
You
read any of that.
can't please everybody. You know what's really cool though? Seeing the little kids, like no joke, to watch their reaction, because they really don't know how to handle it. Because they fantasize of being you on TV, and then they have all the thing, and then they see you, and then they have questions like, how did you get out of the TV? No joke.
Yeah.
And then they'll cry, and then they can't say anything, and then they'll hide because it's like they just don't know how to handle the emotion. It's for me, that's really cool. And then you have to go up and talk to them and break the ice and like, hey, it's okay, and they're just like, oh my god.
I got some. They would stare at me. I had a couple ones that just stare. They're like, "Hey, what's your name?" Like I'm acting for them right now. Yeah, it's so funny. They're like eating popcorn.
Pull out their notes.
Yeah. How are you doing? I have a toy for you. So yeah, it's definitely great to be able to light up kids' days, and we had a chance to go to Make-A-Wish Foundation to a hospital in Florida.
That's cool.
Yeah,
We were on tour in Florida, and there are some children in the hospital that were injured, and they were
Terminally ill,
yeah.
Some serious stuff going on.
Yeah, and they were really sad, and we came, on our day off, and we just came with a bunch of posters, toys, merchandise, to each room, and we just said, hey, how you doing? Hope you get better, with the Power Rangers, etc. And it really made their day. They went from like a 1 to like a 10, and just to be able to do stuff like that, is definitely an honor.
The impact when the kids left school.
Yeah, we love being Impact.
Both. Because we were still filming as the first episodes were airing, or premiering. So we did do a little bit of the ADR and voiceover stuff in New Zealand, which was a lot of fun. And then we came out here and we worked at a place called Sonic Pool, which is in Hollywood. And that's where we did the majority of our ADR work.
Yeah, they sub it out. I think all.
I love doing voiceovers.
The video game. Well, actually, one of the video games was over in New Zealand, right?
Yeah.
The one that we did here.
You guys ever played video games?
The Power Ranger video game?
We have yet to do that.
I don't think we have actually.
I know, actually, we had ourselves playing ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta take a video of that. That'd be hilarious.
You just started a.
Yeah, the rivalry that tears Power Ranger Samurai apart is playing our own video game.
Yeah.
In the video game, the Connect one, it actually morphs you, so it takes a picture of you and it shows your head morphing into the helmet.
Oh, that's so cool.
See, we don't even know that. We need to know this.
Yeah, that's all freaking out. They see that.
Yeah.
I did play the Wii game when it first came out, the first game, not the Super Samurai game, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah, you could tell it was a little kid game, but it was good fun. And I did play myself, and then I think I played me. No, I didn't play you. No one liked me. I'm kidding.
Can you do a versus mode? Can you play against each other?
I don't think there's any.
It's about teamwork.
I don't think there's a versus. There's a co-op
That's
though.
not fun.
He doesn't want to be on our team.
Who would fight?
Between all of us as Rangers, I don't think we ever would fight.
Three particular.
To be quite honest, I honestly think I would win, just because I move really, really fast. Yes, there you go. See?
I
It does not scare me.
I would use objects.
Yeah, I
Or
guess
I'll let you win.
objects. It's not a street fight, buddy. Yeah, I think I would win, but they think.
And I think I would win.
No. We might do that in a couple of months.
Let's
Put on YouTube. Big samurai brawl. I don't know. Who do you think would win?
Yeah.
I had better questions.
Just put on the spot like that.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you just did to
We're up
me.
here.
No hard feelings anyway. We just
No,
We're on the
seriously.
spot.
If you were to put all
Cameras in
us
front
right
of
here
us.
in a fight, who do you think would win?
Yeah. I second that. He's a big man.
He
Yeah.
would just sit on all of us.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
No answer?
I give it to you, Steven.
Ah.
I'll give it to you.
Okay, I got something for you.
Yeah.
Anybody want to vote for Team Steven?
Hey, I have points too.
Yeah, we all have points.
You're not passing them out.
I don't know. Does anyone have any favorite moments? I mean, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, no. That is a pretty good question.
I think getting pulled in after the first season into the producer's office, going through their table reads, and just hearing their feedback saying, hey, the show's taken off, it's doing really, really well. That was a good, because we put a lot of work into it, not really knowing what to expect. And so just hearing back from the team saying, yeah, it's going really great, keep going. That was awesome. Definitely on set, having a couple minutes off and scenery was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
I mean, yeah, all the locations were just so phenomenal. That it was hard not to appreciate it while you weren't working. Anytime that we were doing fight scenes or stunts by any means, that's always a favorite moment for me. I always like the really physical aspect of Power Rangers. One in particular, I don't know, I'm sure that episode's come out, where there's a training sequence with me against every other ranger, against the rest of you guys are surrounding me. Do you remember that fight scene?
Yeah.
You weren't in the scene,
I know what
think,
you're
but
talking about.
that was a favorite moment for me. Being able to train with all the rest of the cast at one time, like in one kind of hero fight, that was a lot of fun.
Fighting without our costumes on is really cool for me. Without our ranger suit on, it's a lot of fun.
I think my favorite moment, I'm a big fan of seeing myself on like some very big building. I think that was one of my favorite moments. Like they said that we were on a big building, but when you see it, you're like, man, they really got my nose right. Yes. So I don't know. I that was one of my favorite moments. Is seeing.
Talking about the billboard on Melrose, right?
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
yeah, the billboard on Melrose, and then like they send this newsletter. Our company sends this newsletter to us and tells us where we are in the world, like murals, etc. And that's pretty cool, knowing that we're on the side of like New York, some New York buildings. And the toys, they look exactly like us. I don't know. That's just really, really cool to me, and I'm gonna hold that dear to me for the rest of my life.
Yeah. One more. Some of my favorite moments was being very, like scenes where I could be very quiet and very sad and very subdued because my character was very.
Like being out there. And
Well, I did, but it was very tiring. So I was like, yes, I get to be quiet today.
He was a very sensitive character.
Yeah, it was all over the place. Yeah. Well,
That's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for coming out and
Thank
talking
you.
to us. Appreciate you guys.